Let me show you how to make this really soft loaf bread for just 67 cents a loaf. If I can do it, you can do it. So if you watch my channel any, you know that I don't like to bake bread. I've tried so many recipes for homemade bread and the price is just not there. I do the math on it. I divide everything by what I use, and it's cheaper to go to the grocery store and buy just a cheap store brand loaf of bread. I like soft bread. I don't like that crusty bread. Just don't like it. I like the soft stuff. And I have been on a mission for like a decade. For a long time. To find a homemade bread recipe that is actually worth it. That is cheaper than the store brand bread. That's a mouthful. And I finally found it. And I want to share it with y'all. I did the math on this with all the prices that I can get in my area. I did the math down to the T for this. It comes out to 67 cents a loaf. Okay, 67 cents a loaf. We're going to do this. We're going to make some bread together. Let's get going. Okay, now listen. My husband, Dusty, you know him. He used to be a baker. I'm not kidding. He used to bake the bread. He worked in this big factory that baked bread for everybody in the United States. I'm not kidding. He baked bread, okay? Oddly, he baked bread and I didn't know how to make bread. I don't know. But that's just how it worked. But this is what he told me to do. If you bake bread and you don't do this and you think this is a bad idea, okay, that's fine. But this is just what he told me to do to help proof the bread. So right now at this point, I'm going to turn my stove onto the lowest setting possible. So I preheated it to 170 degrees. Okay, we're going to let this preheat. And then we're going to turn it off. Okay, so do that right now. Another thing, I'm using my mixer. So if you have a mixer, even the handheld mixers come with a dough hook. Use it, it's so much easier. But if you don't have it, you can just use your hands. All right, I'm just using this because it's easy. And I like this way because my hands don't get sticky. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is add 2 cups of warm water. 1 tablespoon of dry active yeast. Now you're going to add a 1/4 cup of honey. Give it a rough stir. We're going to let this sit for 10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Do you see that? Do you see the frothiness? That's what we want. Now, at this point, what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. This is the point where we get our mixer or you start using your hands. Be right back. I have my mixer here ready, my dough hook's ready. Now we're going to add 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and we're going to need 1 more cup, but we're just starting with 4 cups. I'm done with the 4 cups in here. Now let it mix up, baby. As you can see, that's mixed up. Now I'm going to add my other cup of all-purpose flour, one other cup. You see the way it's pulling away from the sides? That's what we want. Okay. Yes, this is what we like for this recipe, I guess. Like I said, I'm not a baker, but you know. I made this a couple times and it's a hit each time. Also, I think bread is finicky and it's all about humidity as well. So if it's too wet, you could slowly add in like a half a cup more flour until it gets to the doughy consistency. I'm gonna cover this with some plastic wrap. Okay, at this point I have turned my oven off. I opened the door and I'm gonna let it cool for about 5 minutes with the door open. Then I want to stick this in and we're gonna leave it in there for an hour to let it proof. So I'll see you in an hour. Look how she's risen. Lord. What do we do now? Take out our regressions. Yeah. We are going to sprinkle some flour. And then I'll roll this dough out. We're going to cut her in half. Set one aside. We're going to patty her out. You'll probably hear my TV right now. Okay. I patted it out kind of like a rectangle, you see. And now, sprinkle. Okay, now we roll it up. I have a buttered loaf pan, and I'm just gonna pick this baby up, drop her in, then do the same thing to this other half. Another butter loaf pan, and we are going to pick this baby up, put her in. Here's my loaves of bread. I got a little bit of butter on top, but she's fine. So I'll wet a towel with warm water, and we're going to set these for 30 minutes in a warm, dark place. 30 minutes. 30 minutes is up. It's risen. Now I'm going to bake them for 30 minutes on 350 degrees. There she is. Fresh out of the oven. Both loaves. Now I'm going to let it cool. And then we'll slice it up. Show you how soft. See how it's soft? It's not dense. Hi. It's me, George. I've been eating the bread. Do you see how soft it is? First time I've ever made homemade bread and it wasn't crazy dense. This is soft and fluffy. 67 cents a loaf. Pretty dang good. If you guys try this recipe, hope you love it. It comes out to 67 cents a loaf, and that's pretty doable by me. Yeah. Because it's, have you seen the price of bread? It's been going up like crazy. Great value here is almost $1.50. It used to be 88 cents. Like what? Oh. Inflation you can stop now. It'd be cool if you just, cooled it. Put the brakes on it, It'd be nice. Be quite nice. By the way, you're probably wondering, I took a nap while I was waiting for this to cool. So I look all sleepy. I'm sorry, but it was a good time for a nap. I don't know. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope you love this if you try it. And remember, as always, be positive, kind, and happy. And I will see you later.